Okay, so I have a confession. I am one of those people that basically need coffee before I'm ready to be a functioning human being. But lately, I've also been trying to be more intentional about getting enough protein in throughout the day. So when Javvy reached out and asked me to try their protein coffee, I was like, coffee and protein? Okay, I'm listening. But the real question is, does it actually taste good? I don't want to be drinking a protein coffee that tastes like drinking a melted protein shake, a little bit of coffee in it. Nope. So today we are putting Javvy protein coffee to the test. I'm going to show you the flavor that I've received, make it with you, and most importantly, I'll tell you whether I actually think it's worth adding to your routine. So let's start off first with what Javvy actually is. Javvy protein coffee is basically a way to combine your morning coffee and your protein into one drink. And honestly, that's what actually caught my attention, because normally my morning routine looks something like this: coffee, breakfast, then somewhere along the way, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get enough protein in. And if I'm busy, that can become a whole thing. Javvy is designed to simplify that. According to Javvy, their protein coffee uses 100% real coffee, whey protein, and natural flavoring. And it's gluten-free with no artificial sweeteners. And one thing I definitely want to point out is the protein. You get 10 grams of protein per scoop or 20 grams with 2 scoops. But I hear most people take 2 scoops to get in that 20 grams. So if you're somebody that likes to get their protein in early in the day, that's definitely something to pay attention to. And because you're getting actual coffee in there too, you're also getting caffeine. Javvy lists 80 milligrams of caffeine per scoop. So 2 scoops will equal 160 milligrams. So now let's talk about the fun part. The one that I got sent was actually the French vanilla. They also have other flavors. They have mocha, they have the original, caramel. I went for the French vanilla just because I do like the flavor of that contrast between the coffee and the vanilla. Now I love that there's different options to choose from, because not everyone is going to like the French vanilla, not everyone's gonna like the mocha. They do have where you can choose what your flavor is. And visually, I also think that these are really easy to keep by or in your coffee station. You don't need a huge coffee setup. So all you basically need is your glass, water, and then your Javvy coffee, or whatever toppings, creamer you like. And that's it. Okay, so let's go ahead and make one. Javvy's directions are really simple. You can use about 8 to 16 ounces of water or milk, add 1 or 2 scoops of protein coffee, mix it up, and then customize it however you want. I'm going to do 1 scoop because I want to try it first and see the sweetness, and then I'll decide if I want to add that extra scoop. I'm using just water. I want to try it just with the basics to see how it tastes first, and then I might add some milk after to see what that tastes like too. Okay, so that mixed up really quickly. It is preferable to use like a shaker cup when you're mixing it, or you could also use a frother. So it's completely mixed. I am loving the color so far. I love my coffee strong. Let's go ahead and take our first sip. I can definitely taste the coffee in there. See, I don't like my coffee too sweet either, so I think for me, 1 scoop is good. Now, if you do like it more on the sweeter side, I definitely recommend going 2 scoops. Obviously, you'll get the full 20 grams of protein. I do get a little bit of hint of that French vanilla in there. This is typically how I would do any of my iced coffee. This color that I love, the little frothiness that it did on the top. Yeah, I can definitely see myself sipping this in the morning while I'm getting ready, getting my breakfast done. That's actually really good. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like that's the whole point of a review. I was expecting it to be more of that protein forward flavor, but I actually do taste the coffee first and then comes the protein. But the first thing that hits me, it is the coffee flavor. I do like that part. So I'm actually gonna add a little bit of milk to see what that would taste like. I am gonna use the Fairlife This one is the 2% reduced fat ultra filtered milk, and it's also lactose free. I do like this brand because it does have some protein in it as well. Just gonna do a little bit, shake that up. Don't wanna make it too light, because I still wanna taste that coffee in there. That actually cut down a little bit of the sweetness, which I like. Now, depending on how you like your coffee, this is obviously where you can kind of customize it to how you drink or like your coffee. But you can drink it as it comes. You can add milk. You can add a creamer. Okay, so now let's actually talk about what's in it, because that's something that I always look at when I'm trying a new fitness product. Like I mentioned, 1 scoop gives you about 10 grams of protein. So 2 scoops is gonna give you that 20 grams of protein. It also contains 100% real coffee with 80 milligrams of caffeine per scoop. And Javvy positions the formula as a cleaner alternative to protein coffee that rely heavily on gums, fillers, and stabilizers. It also has prebiotics and MCTs, no added sugar, no stevia, no artificial sweeteners. The calories are about 70 calories per serving, which is 1 scoop, 1.5 grams of fat, and a total carbs is 4 grams with a dietary fiber of 1 gram. Another thing included in the formula is prebiotics. And just to be clear, we're talking about prebiotics, not probiotics. Prebiotics are included to support gut health and digestion. It also contains MCTs, which are included as a source of energy and mental clarity. And from a lifestyle standpoint, Javvy is marketed as a keto-friendly and gluten-free. For me though, the biggest selling point isn't just the ingredient list, it's convenience. Because I can get my coffee and a decent amount of protein in 1 drink. That makes my mornings easier. And I'm all about making healthy habits easier to stick to. Now, I am the kind of person that if you're gonna make my life easier and quicker, I'll go for it 100%. So typically my mornings require me to do my coffee, wait for it to be brewed, and then on a separate cup, I would mix in my milk, froth my milk. Depending on whether I'm gonna have it iced or hot, I would put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, froth the milk, add my protein powder into the milk, froth that again, then pour it on top of my coffee. That added some time to my routine. This is an easier and faster version of getting the same thing in my iced coffee with my protein all together. And then you have that whole part of thinking about your macros throughout the day. You're thinking about, okay, did I hit my protein this morning for breakfast? Did I hit it for lunch, dinner? How much is left in my calculations? It makes it fast and easy, convenient to give you that extra 10 to 20 grams of protein first thing in the morning. And for somebody who is busy, workout, has kids, has work, has a million things happening, the convenience matters. It's not that this is some magical coffee that's going to transform your fitness results. It's simply a convenient way to add protein to your routine. And honestly, those are the kinds of products I actually like. The ones that make something I'm already doing just a little easier. So who do I think Javvy protein coffee is actually for? I think this is a really good option for someone who is, number 1, already drinks coffee. If coffee is already a part of your morning routine, this is an easy way to add protein to it. Number 2, if you're somebody who's trying to increase your daily protein intake, especially if you're working out and paying attention to your nutrition. And number 3, if you're busy, because let's be real, sometimes the biggest obstacle to eating well isn't what you eat. It's having the time and energy to make it happen. And this is very simple. Coffee, protein, mix, and go. That's the kind of convenience that I personally can appreciate. So is Javvy coffee worth it? For me, I would say yes, especially if you're a coffee drinker and you're looking for a way to add protein to your day. What I like most, it still feels like I'm having my morning coffee. I like the convenience and I like having protein alongside my coffee. So if you feel like you want to give Javvy a try for yourself, I'll put the link in the description box below. So if you're looking for a way to combine your morning coffee with your protein, definitely check them out. And if you try it, please let me know which flavor you picked. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell because I have more fitness, nutrition, product reviews, and real life fitness content coming your way. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!